So guys, looks like we got a major patch update for Space Marine 2. This is going to be patch 3.0. I believe it should be available on all platforms. Usually PC generally gets it first just because of the way things works, whereas console rollout is different. But anyways, without further ado, let's actually get into, because I'm really excited about this. We finally there is ultrawide support. Now there's also private lobbies for operation mode. I was checking out for a little bit prior to actually going and creating this video, so you should see some footage as I'm talking in the background. As far as what the sparring arena looks like, it is pretty cool. In the battle barge, just right beside the launching bay, normally if you were to walk up to the Thunderhawk, if you take a right going down the steps, you'll find yourself in the sparring arena, which is pretty cool. It's a seamless transition. Then you're immediately right in there, so you can PvP with your buddies or randoms while you wait. So I can't wait to do that with some friends of mine. I was just queuing it up by myself just to see what it looked like and everything. It's available in operations or the Turner mode, which is the PvP. For those of you not familiar, it says once there, you'll be given your weapons and grenades as if you were in a PvP match and allowed to spar it out with your battle brothers ahead of your next mission. They also introduce a reset custom color preset and replace them by the predefined ones instantly. It's definitely nice because let's say if you like, the white scars or the salamanders, but you want to customize or tweak some things, think of it as like a template that you're basically building off of, or just refining things. And then now there's an option for private mode for operations. Instead of queuing up and being stuck with randoms, you can play either by yourself, or if you're a content creator, or maybe you just want to run with your friends and not have a random join you. That is nice. So yeah, it says gives the players the ability to play operation mode alone with bots or alongside with one friend without being matchmade with random players during the missions. Then they added what's new and message of the day. So far from what it seems like, there are little like tips and tricks for you, like look out for the green crates, help your teammates out, maybe they need the guardian relic more than you do. Then we have gameplay and balancing tweaks. The marking tool has been updated. Yeah, I felt like, whether it was in operations or in PvP, it wasn't as responsive as I would like it to be. So hopefully now, after putting more time in the game, let's see how it is. It says that it improved the responsiveness and comfort of the social wheel with the mouse. It displayed unnecessary objects that do not require highlighting and worked poorly with it. Several minor bug fixes there. And then for the power fist, the damage for the fully charged attack has now been greatly increased. I'm guessing this is like overall and it's not PvE or PvP specific. Heavy plasma, the base ammo has been increased by 5. Blast damage radius increased. The overheat per shot drastically decreased from 50 to 30 for charged shots and 20 to 15 for base shooting, and base damage slightly increased by 10%. And I felt like whenever I was trying the heavy plasma, and especially in operations, it was very underwhelming to use compared to the multi-melta. I think for a lot of people it's a go-to because it's good old reliable with ad clear. Then we have for med stims, this restore contested health in addition to actual healing. And then the aux grenade launcher, ammo now can be refilled only with the ammo boxes and cannot be refilled from the infinite ammo cache. How do you guys feel so far about the changes made to the game? I'll be sure also to include a link to all this if you want to read it yourself or be able to follow along. So for the campaign, we have enemy aggressiveness on veteran difficulty in the campaign decreased for better single player experience, and then players' health on veteran difficulty in the campaign is slightly reduced to compensate for AI's aggressiveness and armor management updates. Yeah, because I remember, like I said, if you watch my previous video on the first Q&A for this game, I was playing it on veteran difficulty as well. There reached a point in the campaign, which no spoilers here, where I felt like the AI they weren't at all helpful in any way. So hopefully with these changes, for those of you guys that are playing on veteran difficulty or just overall the AI being improved, various restrictions were lifted, allowing bots to be more helpful and effective while not still beating the game for the player. Bots will now help focus firing zone throws when the player attacks them, heavily ease restrictions on bot finishing of enemies instead of leaving them for players to reduce annoyance, and bots are now allowed to help with gargoyle objectives, fix a variety of bugs related to bots getting stuck, and where bots can run out of ammo on weapons without a magazine. For the operations mode, we have tweak AI director and spawn rules of chaos enemies and operations. The numbers of the different types of chaos enemies have been reduced. So hopefully now, more of us will be open to running the chaos operations instead of sticking to with just the Tyranids. Because man, it wasn't fun playing against the chaos enemies in operation, especially on the higher difficulties. You guys would have to let me know if you have played since this new update, how has it been going against the chaos enemies, but I'll definitely have to check it out and see for myself. So the parry has been updated. This does now restore armor for killing Minoris, not only for countering their special attacks. And then regarding the block and fencing weapons, a bug has been fixed in the perfect parry window for fencing weapons. It now has 20 frames for the perfect parry and 10 frames of vulnerability at the end of the animations instead of 30 of the perfect parry for the full animation as it was intended originally. Glad they are listening to the community feedback and making the adjustments where they see fit accordingly. And then the assault class base ground pound damage has now been increased by 30%, since apparently a lot of people were saying, and I agree to it too, that the assault class, especially in the operations mode, is very underwhelming. Now for the PvP on the other hand, I think so far it doesn't need a buff for the assault class. I just think that people don't know how to utilize the kit properly and maximize its potential in the PvP. Now for armor boosts, this drops from destructible crates are now less common, and the cooldown raised from 30 seconds to 60 seconds. For PvP, it says improve player spawn system. It should make spawn killing more difficult, and then rework the Vanguard grapple launcher in PvP. Instead of a full stun, it will now stagger enemies and slow them down drastically. I'm glad, because the Vanguard's grapple was really annoying to deal with, because I thought that maybe this is something you could try to parry. You can't. Maybe that's something they could possibly considered. So I'm glad that now it's not like a full-on stun and the effects aren't as strong as it was before, so you can actually try to combat or go against them. Now for the AI, I'm just going to leave this here for you to look at and read. You can pause this video. Then we have customizations, fix the icon colors for the Administratum Gray, the Heroic Armor Gold, and the Celestra Gray colors. Fix several issues with the colors being wrong on some chapters like the Iron Warriors. Vanguard Relic Right Greave part now requires 29 victories instead of 26, so less of a grind there. Added a color pattern called Greaves pattern, allowing the player to customize the bottom and the top half of the legs separately. Then we have for map fixes, several issues that were preventing players from progressing within some levels, a lot of minor collision issues, tweak the dust storm density and duration in ballistic engine operations, Helldrake fire timing on the bridge in the reliquary operations, trial can now be accessed via Hypno map in the armory. And then here we have more general fixes for the game, bug where changing loadout mid-operation would restore your health, jump pack ability responsiveness, fixed several issues in trials, a bug in some rare cases where the control would stop working after performing a finisher, a bug where a player does not receive armory data from the Hellbrute spawn from the Chaos portal, a bug that causes the Vanguard Adrenaline Rush perk description to show 1% instead of an actual 10%, announcer spam in Eternal War mode, fix multiple ways of duplicating ammo in operations. So I'm imagining for this one right here, probably be removing the loadout terminal where every time, even if you select the same or a different loadout, you get all of your ammo back, with the exception of like grenades and stuff like that. I'm assuming that's what they're referring to there. Fix a bug where the grapple launcher would get canceled if overlapped by small geometry. Fix a bug where tactical perk Emperor's Vengeance did not work with the plasma incinerator, where several weapons could restore more than actual contested health, especially with the multi-meltas and stuff. That's what I've heard, especially the most. The issue was there with the bug. Several issues that were causing lots of saves. Hopefully now that's been ironed out and people don't have to worry about issues in regards to that. Unidentified voice at the end of the story that was assigned to the wrong character. Then lots of minor UI fixes and minor animation fixes and improvements. I feel like another thing I wonder if they can work on and get down is the loading times for this game. I have my games on an SSD, and even then I feel like the loading times for this game is a lot longer than I would like it to be. So I wonder if that's something that they plan on working on. I hope that they do, just to get the loading times down. With all of the server issues and stuff, it does start to become an annoyance, you know, when you're having to go through all of these different loading screens and going back to the main menu, closing down your game, booting right back up again. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in this latest patch for the game. What did you like or didn't like? Leave a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thanks for watching.